Hi students, this is Ms. Cerda, and today we will be covering parallel structure within a sentence. This is actually a very simple grammar lecture. It's not difficult at all. We are going to learn about certain words or groups or pairs that have to have the same grammatical form in verbs, nouns, and gerunds. We're also going to cover certain words or phrases, which we call clauses within a sentence, and how that has to have the same grammatical structure as well. So these are the verbs that we really have to be careful with. The verbs that end in ly, which we call adverbs, and the verbs that end in ing, which we called gerunds. Also, the verbs that end in ed, which are passive verbs. Basically, when we have parallel structure, that means that if I have a couple of verbs, and for example, one of them ends in ly, then the second one also has to end in ly. If it ends in ing, the second one, third, fourth, fifth verb needs to end in ing. Same thing for the eds. If you have one passive verb, all the verbs need to end in ed. So let me show you some examples. We have a few sentences up here, and the first one is actually incorrect. Okay, it reads, Terry likes swimming and to dive. Okay, we have this sentence is not parallel. Okay, what I can do is I can take, for example, the first form, which ends in ing, and then I can rewrite it like this. Terry likes swimming and diving. Now both of them end in ing. Or I can take this form and say Terry likes to swim and to dive. So I can take this form and rewrite it like this, or take this one and rewrite it like this. This one is incorrect. Both of these are correct. This is basically what a parallel sentence looks like. Unless somebody's really good in English, they're never gonna, find something like this. But you are going to have to know this if you are taking the TSI. So let's go over more examples. For this one, you notice that we have the word to right before the verbs. Basically, having a parallel structured sentence means that I have them in all of them or just at the beginning, okay? Only before the first one. For example, Mary likes to hike, to swim, and to ride a bicycle. Notice how all of them have the to before. Or I can just have it at the beginning and say Mary likes to hike, swim, and ride a bicycle. And I cannot skip around. I cannot say Mary likes to hike, swim, to eat, to cook, sleep, to ride a bicycle. I'm kind of skipping all over the place. You either have it right at the beginning or all of them. Look at this one. Mary likes to hike, swim, and ride a bicycle. It only has it at the beginning. Look at this one. Same thing. Okay, you cannot, for example, skip one. Mary likes to hike, swim, to cook, eat, sleep, to ride a bicycle. I'm skipping all over the place. That would be unparalleled. Look at this one. This one is actually just like this one. It's a correct form. Mary likes to hike, to swim, and to ride a bicycle. Look at this one. This is another one that I am mixing forms. Mary likes hiking, swimming, and to ride a bicycle. This breaks the parallel structure of the sentence. I can rewrite it like this. Mary likes hiking, swimming, and riding a bicycle. Now all of them end in ing. Look at this one. Now this one has the ly. Okay, the adverbs. The production manager was asked to write his report quickly, accurately, and in a detailed manner. So I actually have two lys or two adverbs and then suddenly at the end I have a passive verb. So that breaks the parallel structure of the sentence. The correct way would be this one. The production manager was asked to write his report quickly, accurately, and thoroughly. Okay, now I want you to notice something, because if you're taking the TSI, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, is in a detailed manner and thoroughly the same thing? It is, right? So you're going to get something like this on the TSI, okay? And then you're going to have A, B, C, or D. Okay, so if you notice that you have LYs, 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 in your A, B, C, or D, you need to pick one that ends in LY. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same word. It's not going to say and in a detailing manner, because that's actually not a word. So in your A, B, C, or D, you're going to find one that will make the sentence parallel. Okay, let's look at another example like this one. The teacher said that he was a poor student because he waited until the last minute to study for the exam, completed his lab problems in a careless manner, and his motivation was low. Suddenly, I'm breaking the parallel structure. Now, the parallel structure, the correct way would be like this one. The teacher said that he was a poor student because he waited until the last minute to study for the exam, completed his lab problems in a careless manner, and lacked motivation. Okay, so is his motivation was low and lacked motivation the same thing? It's the same thing. So again, if you are taking the TSI, you might see something like this, okay? And then you're going to have your A, B, C, or D. You're going to pick one that has the ED, right? Because you have ED, ED. Then in your A, B, C, or D, you got to pick one that has ED. If you have ING, 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 and then suddenly you have a passive verb in your A, B, C, or D, you need to pick one that has the ING. Okay, it's pretty simple. You just have to be careful when you dissect these sentences. Now, moving on to the clauses, okay, you might see something like this as well. Notice this first sentence. The coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, that they should not eat too much, and to do some warm-up exercises before the game. So this, okay, if you see a little clause that keeps repeating itself, that they should do this, they should do this, they should do this, and then at the end, you have something like this, it breaks the parallel structure. Okay, so a clause is not necessarily one word, one verb. It has to do more with the group of words. The coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, that they should not eat too much, and that they should do some warm-up exercises before the game. So this would be the correct way. It follows the same clause format. Now, we really don't talk like this. This is the way that we talk. The coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, not eat too much, and do some warm-up exercises before the game, right? This is the right way. Again, you cannot skip around. For example, I cannot say the coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, not eat too much, and that they should do some warm-up exercises before the game. That's still not a parallel sentence. So be careful with clauses like this. Let's look at this last one. The salesman expected that he would present his product at the meeting, that there would be time for him to show his slide presentation, and that questions would be asked. Suddenly, I have a passive verb here. Okay, look at the correct way. The salesman expected that he would present his product at the meeting, that there would be time for him to show his slide presentation, and that prospective buyers would ask him questions. This is the correct way. Again, this grammar lecture is actually not difficult. We just have to be careful with the clauses. using to, using and using the verbs, particularly the ones that end in ly, which are the adverbs, the ones that end in ing, which are the gerunds, and the ones that end in ed, which are passive verbs. Okay, so now it's time to do your homework, and thank you so much for your attention.